Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, and Spotify. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 4 available now. So jumping in, I think, man, I really wanted. I think between me, you, and Legacy, man, I think we all think this Kamikaze album is a huge improvement over Revival. But let's just jump right in, track by track. I don't think we need to go thoroughly into every single track, even though we probably will, because this is a fun Eminem album. This is my favorite M album since Recovery.
Yeah, super fun album, man. That's a good way to put it. This is a fun ass album.
And if Eminem ain't causing controversy, then Eminem really ain't Eminem.
Agreed. We'll get into that a little bit more detail here.
Straight up. Track 1 is called The Ringer, and I think it really sets the tone for the whole album.
Oh, before we get started though, we gotta touch on the fact that I had no idea this album was coming out.
No, nobody did. Nobody did.
Like, just little side story. Like I was on night shift for a while. Recently came back on days, and it was like 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. I just pulled up Twitter, and I just saw something about Eminem Kamikaze or whatever. I'm like, what? What is that? I don't even know. Did I miss something?
Nah, cause the day was
it was a Friday. It was a Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So sometimes they'll drop albums, surprise albums or whatever at midnight on Thursday, technically Friday. So I pull up Google real quick, Eminem new album, and sure enough, Kamikaze, Eminem dropped a surprise album. I was like, whoa! And I'm at work, and I was like kind of pissed. Like, he dropped a surprise album while I was sleeping. I had no idea. And yeah, fast forward to like 4 p.m. or whatever later in the day, I get to the first track, and I was just like, yeah. Here we go. Okay, track number 1. It's called The Ringer.
Yeah, but it come out, to piggyback off what you saying. It come out the 31st of August, and on the 30th he released a little clip for the Venom song, and I ain't even listened to it because I didn't want to hear it until it was officially on the album and all that mess, because that's just how I do. And it was okay. He got an album for the soundtrack. I mean, he got a song on the soundtrack. Cool. Nah, that was just a little sneak preview, because I was trying, midnight hit, and I was on Twitter, because I work overnight, and I was like, okay, M album. I refreshed Tidal excessively. I was like, bruh, I want to hear this. Where is this album? And I think I heard it. I finally got on Spotify at 2:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, we doing this now. And yeah, The Ringer is dope.
Yeah. The introduction track on the album. Damn, it kind of sets the tone right off the bat.
Definitely sets the tone.
Take some shots. Let's people know where he's at. Let's know how he feels about the acceptance or reception that Revival got. He's obviously upset. He's pissed off.
Most definitely.
It's a dope track, man. After I heard this track, I was like, okay, this is going to be. Well, honestly, given Revival and what was before Revival?
Marshall Mathers LP2,
which had some cuts on it.
Yeah,
LP2 had a lot of good jams on it.
Yeah, I had the same reaction to Marshall Mathers 2. When Marshall Mathers 2 come out, I think I really liked it, and the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, Rap God is dope. The Kendrick track is dope. He finally buried the hatchet with his mom. I can do without the rest of this. And then Revival had 2 or 3 tracks. I was like, okay, these are cool. But overall, this album is
It's not. It's a subpar album from one of your favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you heard The Ringer, though,
woo!
I don't know, man. I think everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was getting into it from the get go. So The Ringer is probably. I have no problem saying it's probably one of the better tracks on the whole album.
It is, yeah. Upon first listen, my opinion has changed over a week and a half or so. But upon first listen, I loved the first 2 or 3 tracks, and then the rest of the album was cool. But now my opinion has changed drastically.
Yeah. I was the same way. But I was a little different though. So yeah, the Ringer is an amazing track. He kind of throws some shots, some jabs, or whatever out there. And Eminem does some crazy lyricism. His wordplay is always crazy.
Yeah.
Bars in that first song, right off the bat. And then the winning the greatest. And honestly, track number 2, which is called The Greatest. When I first heard it, I thought I really didn't like the production on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of grown on me.
Mike Will made it.
It's kind of grown on me because he turns it up a notch in the second part of the song. And he went off, man. Like, it's the point where he's going off somebody how I might be the greatest.
The greatest in the world.
He delivers some lyricism that you really can't dispute. Man.
Yeah.
He's just killing that shit.
Yeah.
Killing that shit.
Well, he say so you sold 10 million albums, eh? Only problem with that is you put out 10 million albums, eh? It's silly. That's a silly line, but it's true. Like people, like rappers be bragging about they sales, but how much have you put out to get those numbers?
Yeah. Quality over quantity, yeah.
Were we on track 3 now? Track 3 is Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas. And Joyner Lucas is one of these dudes who, earlier in the album, he compliments a few younger artists, Joyner being one of them, J. Cole being one of them, Kendrick Lamar being one of them, Big Sean. And Joyner comes in and he holds his own, man. Like, they kind of, like, mirror each other as far as delivery and cadence and all of that.
Hey, I like Joyner, man. I like Joyner. I know he's the thing that comes up, the controversial song or whatever. Like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you can't front on Joyner, man. He's got the whole beef with Logic. Is it beef with Logic? Is it not beef with Logic? I don't know.
Is this the dude that's been going back and forth with Logic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just him.
And you said before we started recording, you said he threw a jab at Logic in there.
It could be. It was subliminal. It was subliminal, but yeah. Yeah, I think he was talking about Logic. Right? Like, he said something about going platinum. I'm like, yeah, congratulations, you went platinum. I'm like, yeah. Yes, Joyner Lucas holds to be on a track with Eminem, and you can say that you held that shit down.
Yeah,
bro, you're already in a level of hip hop that not too many people have been to.
Yeah,
like you can't front on Joyner Lucas right now. Like he held that shit down on the Eminem track.
I totally spaced it, man. Like,
shit, man. The hardest tracks on the album. The beat. If you listen to this song, you don't get hyped, man. Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like you said something earlier before we went on the air about how you kind of weren't really feeling it because they had a couple different styles going on at the same time or whatever.
No, I think
it's a dope thing. That's one of the dopest things about this track, honestly.
I think M like there's a couple tracks on the whole album where M makes an approach to try to like cater to the younger generation. And he doesn't do it bad or anything. I'm just not the younger generation. But overall, yeah, I like this track.
Yeah, he kind of does do that throughout this album, where he kind of changes his style to make it kind of like obvious. Where like, if this is what you like I can do this all day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break lyrics at the same time. So yeah, it's kind of like a theme throughout the album. This is what you guys really want. Like, I can do this shit or whatever.
But man, Bobby Tarantino 2 came out. Logic like broke up with his girl. Joyner threw shots at him, and then I just completely forgot about their dispute or disagreement or whatever.
Yeah, I can't go into the whole backstory of that because, like I said, I really don't follow that shit.
Yeah.
I listen to music.
Track 4 is the obligatory Paul skit. Every Eminem album has one of these. And it's funny, Paul, his manager, Paul Rosenberg, whatever his name is. So, like, are you going to take every single track and reply to every single person who didn't like the last album? And what if nobody likes this album? Are you going to do it on the next album, too?
Kamikaze, too, the album for people who didn't like the album that I made for people who didn't like the album. Yeah, that was a funny skit. I think he did that intentionally.
Yeah.
Obviously because he knew he had some things he wanted to get off his chest, man.
Yeah, that's his whole album.
He's a smart guy, so if I'm going to make these songs, it's going to make me come across a certain way. No doubt about it. Like, everybody's going to know as soon as they hear him, I'm kind of pissed off.
Definitely.
He kind of made fun of it in a light, humorous way, and it fit it perfectly, man. What's next? Kamikaze 2. This shit was perfect.
Yeah, because I think it might even be a reference to him wanting to do Relapse 2 like 10 years ago and then scrapping it because nobody liked Relapse. I think the majority didn't like Relapse. I think Relapse is severely underrated.
I like Relapse, man. He's got, because Dr. Dre was on that album heavy. There, just, oh, God.
That's the last album that we heavily got Dre.
Ah, that was so good, man. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. To the point where even Kanye came out and was like, yo, this song is genius.
Yeah. And where we at? Track 5, Normal, one of your favorites on the album.
One of my favorites on this album. And I don't know, but as a guy, and I think we've all been there. Why can't you bitches be normal?
Yeah.
Always got to be so extra. Like, we always felt that at one point in our lives, man. Yeah, so this is a pretty good dope track. I guess Eminem has kind of been dating since, I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow the celebrity lifestyle or whatever, but you kind of get the impression that he's been dating and putting himself out there, got a new relationship or whatever. Could be about Kim, it could be about anybody. I don't know. I don't really don't follow that.
Yeah.
Just take the song as for what it is. Yeah, as a guy, yeah, we all feel a certain type of
most definitely.
Way.
I think
super dope track.
I can't.
It's got glimpses of old Eminem where he gets like tells these stories.
Yeah.
If you broke it down like bar for bar, like, oh, that bar, and it's kind of like, it's kind of the cliche bar. That rhyme scheme was kind of like, A, B, A, C, or whatever. But yeah, he has these bars, he lines them up, and he tells a story, he paints a picture, and you can follow along literally from the beginning of the song to the end of the song, and he just paints this picture. Not only does he paint this picture, but he paints a picture that most guys can relate to. We've all been there before. So yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when he stopped rapping about Kim and Haley every single album. But I mean, yeah, like he got to be putting himself out there to still be in relationships, to continue to come up with all these relationship themed tracks.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, like, it's a goofy ass track. Like,
oh yeah,
there's no doubt about it. Goofy, man. It's a silly ass track, but it's relatable, man. It's relatable. We've all been there.
Hell
yeah. A lot of it's just bullshit, the male ego or whatever.
Yeah. Like,
we can laugh it off, but at the same time, like, it's got some all good jokes contain some real shit. This is definitely one of those albums, or one of the songs of the album. It's kind of a joking, light humor, but it's got some truth to it.
Yeah, for sure. Track 6, we got M Calls Paul, which he rarely does. M barely. I think he called him back on Encore, and it was like he was doing like some stupid robot voice. But on here, he's calling Paul. No, I'm not gonna reply to every single person. But he found somebody, and he's trying to hunt him down, and it's hysterical. And the funniest thing to me about this is that you can hear the GPS faintly in the background.
So like we were talking about earlier, like I listened to most albums with my headphones in. The GPS voice and the background comes on. I pull my phone like, damn, did I leave Waze open? Like, what? I arrived at my destination like 2 hours ago. Like, yeah, that was funny.
Turn right.
But the skit, yeah, it's so I don't know who he's talking about on this album or on this skit or whatever. I don't know who he's referencing. If it's actually a real person or if it's just like made up.
Everybody on the internet has a voice now.
Man. That shit is funny as hell. You can't tell me that shit's not funny, man.
Yeah, I think I laugh every time I hear it.
Yeah, for real. I think I found him. I'm gonna fuck him up.
I'll call you back.
Alright, I'm gonna call you back.
Track 7. Track 7 is called Stepping Stone, man. I think this is one of my favorite tracks. He gets into some real stuff as far as D12, what happened with Proof, what he wishes he could have done, but what's done is done. You know, with Bizarre, like everybody try. I don't know everybody. I don't remember if Swiftie put out an album. The con artist is Mr. Porter, I think, and he got heavily into production. He's made a lot of dope beats.
Yeah. Kaniva's a beast, man.
And Proof, man. But I remember on the D12 albums, we used to talk about con artists and Kaniva and their chemistry and their back and forth. It was so dope.
Yeah.
And then Proof put out a solo. Searching for Jerry Garcia is underrated as hell. And then what happened when he passed? What happened with the group? You know, M struggles in between like Encore and Relapse. And
Bizarre put out an album out.
Yeah, I think I even had Bizarre's first album.
Like Strange Circus or something like that.
Something like that. And Bizarre, man, you gotta be a special type of personality to get into Bizarre.
Nah, but Eminem touched on it though. Like that shit was the truth, man.
Yeah, he was a Rockstar. And Biz, I forgot to tell you, Rockstar was the shit.
Yeah,
but yeah,
so it's my only beef with this track. Like I love this track because for us, like this was like our high school days. Like,
yeah,
talking about the shit that we grew up like.
Devil's Night, D12 World,
like the new D12. Like what's going on with Eminem? What's going on with like this? This is what we were into at that time.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band.
But yeah, it was like super cool to hear like bring up some of the old stuff from back in the day.
Yeah.
My only beef with this track though is like I wasn't really feeling the production, man. I wasn't really feeling that beat. But lyrics wise and content wise, yeah, it was a super dope track.
Yeah, man. That's what I was gonna say. I was telling either you or Mary, somebody. I was telling somebody I wish D12 would have put out like one last like third album, like a Proof tribute album or something. But you know, M was going through his stuff and never happened.
But he kind of touched on that, like the death of Proof or whatever, like killed the group.
Yeah.
Killed it. And it's unfortunate because like you said, Proof was he was nasty.
Yeah, Proof was such a beast.
Yeah.
I think Proof was my favorite non-Eminem D12 member. I mean, we used to go back and forth. I forget who you was trying to vouch for, but I was like, nah, man, you gotta listen to Proof, man. Proof killed this track, man. And it was that one track where they were all talking about on Devil's Night, where they were all talking about like being bullied and standing out, and at the end of the track, it was toward the end of that first album.
Yeah, Kanava was always my favorite out of D12 though. You know, obviously other than Eminem.
Yeah. And then track 8 is called Not Alike, man. Track 8 is practically the standout of the whole album. Cause Royce da 5'9", like we said a couple episodes ago, Royce da 5'9" comes on and shows everybody once again why he's the most underrated in hip hop.
Swear, man. You have to give Royce da 5'9" props.
Yes.
Credit, because he is not scared to get on a track with Eminem.
Nah.
And even though they're on the same track, he will go bar for bar.
This is
Eminem.
This is another one.
I no problem saying that Royce da 5'9" is probably the most underrated mainstream artist like today.
Yes.
He has to be. He has to be.
Yes. Yes.
God damn it, man.
This is another track where like the track with Joyner, M spits in like 3 different cadences, 3 different rhyme schemes, and toward the end of that like second or third rhyme schemes, we do the subliminal, metaphysical, me and Nickel identical. Like that's the only thing I can say that he said on there. So if Eminem considers somebody on his level, then Royce is nice.
Yeah, Eminem knows for sure that Royce da 5'9" is on the same level as him. As far as delivery, bars,
I don't do Jordans or Audemars.
Rhyme scheme, yeah. Royce da 5'9" is up there, man.
I do semi-autos and Molotovs. when the camera's on, man, I can't remember lyrics.
Nah, he my favorite Royce line from that was you could probably everybody doing chick joints. You could probably rob these little dudes at fist point. Everybody used to bite nickel. Now they doing Bitcoin. Like, he's killing that shit, man. Royce is nasty. Royce is nasty.
And then,
but towards the end, Eminem comes in and he kind of does this. He does the same flow. He starts off the same flow as Royce da 5'9". Then Eminem does that like super hyped. He just goes into a different gear where he just starts like bar. His delivery was insane. Man, this is one of my favorite tracks on the album. This is
the track where he also referenced Machine Gun Kelly, right? Like the first person to actually make a song replying to Eminem.
Yeah, he comes at Machine Gun. And I don't have, because you already know who you are, Kelly. Like that was a silly ass line.
Yeah,
and I'm not too familiar with the history between these guys. Like I didn't know Machine Gun Kelly had took shots at me. Like I didn't like I know who Machine Gun Kelly is, but honestly, like I'm not checking for Machine Gun Kelly.
I think after Kid Cudi came out like 10 years ago, I was listening to like Chip the Ripper who messed with Cudi, and I think that I don't know how I discovered Machine Gun Kelly. I listened to a couple of his mixtapes. I think it was called like Lace Up 2 or something before he even got signed to Bad Boy, and I tried to get into him. And not even on like M said about Lil Yachty. It's not for me. I'm not dissing. It's just not for me. And
yeah,
I'm just not an MGK fan.
Yeah, he's a talented dude. You know what I mean? Like,
so I haven't heard the diss that Machine Gun Kelly put out.
You haven't heard it?
Nah, I never listened to it.
You're doing the people a disservice, man. Why are we even here?
That's why I got you on here, because you have heard it.
Yeah. Okay, if we're gonna jump into that, like, yeah, it was it was decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like first of all, props, because you responded.
Yeah,
you responded. Props. It didn't take you long. It didn't take you long at all. It was like within a week when you came out and you dropped that shit. So props for that. But son, I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into. I really don't. Like Eminem, he might just let that shit go. He might just let it ride. He might just let it go. I don't think he will, but he might. Because if he does let it ride, it just tells you, like, it was, in terms of like a diss track, like it was solid. It was solid. It's nothing. It's not gonna blow your mind. You literally said nothing and didn't surprise anybody. Like none of your bars were like, oh damn, Eminem, there's no way you can come back with this. Like no, you took all the Eminem stuff that everybody knows and you kind of try to make a joke out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that fucking shovel, like bro, that was corny as hell. Like you're literally eating cereal in a diss track and you spit it out.
He made a video?
Yeah, it's like a World Star hip hop exclusive. My man is like shirtless, covered in tattoos and shit, like eating cereal. And like one of his powerful bars, like he spits the cereal out. Come on, man. Like if that's all it takes to be hard in the rap game, I eat cereal. I got a garage full of shovels. I got rakes. I got shovels, rakes.
Gangster rapper, my guy.
Like, what's up, World Star Hip Hop? Come holler at you. Like, I got bars, bro. I got bars. But yeah, like, hey, in terms of a diss track, though, like, props, because you came out and you responded to Eminem. He had a couple lines that were like, you know, like, damn, okay, he went there. But at the same time, like, I could have wrote diss track to Eminem and said the exact same shit. It was like all clearly stuff that everybody already knows.
But he called him one of the greatest rappers of all time multiple times, right?
Yeah, he gave him props and then diss him at the same time. Like, bro, what are you doing?
That's counterproductive.
It was no ether. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing. There's none of that. Solid. Props for responding. Props for coming out. But yeah, like I said, like you kind of touched on, like Machine Gun Kelly, he's not for me, man. He's not for me.
Yeah.
You like Machine Gun Kelly? Like, it's cool. I respect that.
Yeah.
Like, he's talented. Like, he's got some talent.
Everybody has fans.
You're going to Eminem, bro.
You're out of your element.
Straight up.
All right, man. Track 9. Track 9 is called Fall. I think this is gonna be a single. I think a video is coming out for this. And
track 9 is called Kamikaze, bro.
No, they fixed it. I'm not. When it first came out, tracks 9 and 10's titles were flip flops, and the streaming services have fixed it. When I get my physical copy, yes. I hope they fix it.
Yeah, 9 is Kamikaze. They fixed it.
Also, Wikipedia didn't fix it. That's my bad.
9 is Kamikaze. Yeah.
This is gonna be an episode full of flaws. If you have been with me through the whole episode, you know why I have flubbed a lot this episode. So, track 9 is the title track called Kamikaze. Yeah. I'm a kamikaze, fucking crashing into everything. I will say that.
And he originally released the album and the titles were backwards or whatever.
The beat is goofy, but M's delivery matches it, and I enjoy this track. My guest / co-host does not.
Yeah. This is probably the weakest track on the whole album. the radio. Hi, where is Super Eminem, bro? Like that was his formula, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
This beat is like so cheesy, man. And I feel like if you cut this beat out and just listen to the lyrics, like you're like, okay, yeah, this is a cool little song. He's saying some shit, but nah, I can't vibe with this beat, man. I can't picture myself doing anything to the song, like driving. If I pull up to a red light, and I'm and like, what is this dude like watching like a circus? Like how?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
I have no idea. Like, I might have been gym like shoulder presses like nah, it ain't gonna look that. I don't know where I'm going to listen to the song with this crazy ass production.
In the background, is he saying fag? Is he saying fuck? Is he saying fack?
I think he's saying facts, but I don't know.
I think he's saying fack in reference to the track that was on like his greatest hits album back in like 2005.
I hear facts, but I don't know.
Hey, it's Eminem, and I've tried like 4 episodes straight. I've tried to curse as less as possible on the Rec League podcast, but it's Eminem, man. Like a couple expletives are gonna come out.
I didn't know we weren't cursing. My bad. Dang.
Nah, like I'm not gonna restrict my guests to monitor their language and nothing. I'm just saying I'm trying not to. But yeah, like I enjoy this track. The beat switches up toward the end, and
it does. Better part, yeah.
So track 10 is called Fall.
It's too late.
Yeah, the dude, I don't know the dude who sings the background vocals, but he's like kind of, because of the homophobic language, and you know we live in a PC society. M ain't gonna change what he rap about, man. M, for what you want to call him, is an old man who's stuck in his ways, and he doesn't care about your social restrictions nowadays.
Yeah, this is the one where he goes at Tyler the Creator, right?
Yeah. And that again, that bar was dope.
Lyrics, though, everybody's like he had a homophobic slur or whatever. Like, okay, like let's be honest. Like, I don't want to get too deep on the music portion of the podcast or whatever, but yeah, it's fucked up. You can't be out here talking about gay people or whatever. Because at the end of the day, they're a human being. Like you love who you love.
Yeah.
I mean, like no sweat off my back. You're happy. Like that's fine. Man.
Yeah, do what you do as long as you're happy.
Your life, man. I'm trying to live my best life. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So and yeah, anybody who uses homophobic slurs or slurs to bring anybody down, yeah, I'm at a point in my life where I really can't vibe with you. But if you look at the lyrics of the song, he didn't call him, like I think the general population thinks that he called him a faggot, but he didn't say faggot. It's blurred out. I think he's actually quoting Tyler the Creator himself and saying, "You called yourself a fairy," and I would agree with that. Like he's agreeing with what Tyler the Creator said about himself. So I thought that was like way misconstrued. Like
yeah. Once again, I'm not an Odd Future Tyler the Creator fan, but I know that he does reference.
I like Tyler.
I know that he does call himself a faggot. I know he does reference himself as like he's trying to like flip the general assumption of what like gay slurs are maybe, and M took that and tried to like flip it back maybe, and the whole Twitter community.
I got it pulled up right here. It's like, I see why you called yourself a fairy, bitch. It's not because you lack attention. It's because you worship those balls. That's sacrilegious. Yeah, like he's basically more or less quoting Tyler. And
that line, worshiping balls, sacrilegious. That's classic. That's genius wordplay.
Yeah. It was a good little bar right there. Good little setup. And this, I think the internet took it a little out of context.
Yeah.
Like I saw a lot of clickbait articles like Eminem is a homophobic. Like he might be. I don't know. I don't know Eminem on a personal level. Like I really don't. But in this terms right here, like he was literally quoting Tyler the Creator, talking about himself, and he used it against himself. Like this is what hip hop is. Like when you're going at somebody, you bring whatever arsenal you have.
Yeah.
Okay. If Tyler the Creator called himself a fairy, so him to say, like, yeah, you called yourself a fairy. Like it's fair game, man. It's fair game.
Yeah.
You said it about yourself.
You put yourself out there so I can flip it.
It's hip hop, man.
Yeah. And it's like the people, the youth uprising, the voice of Twitter, everything has to be PC. If you say anything on the fence, offensive, people take it, run with it, blow out of proportion. Now Eminem is this old man who doesn't like gay people, and
which I kind of get to an extent. Like I'm there. Like you can't be out here like. Throwing shade or hating or being a bigot, like that's true, man.
Hey,
but in this instance, it doesn't fit, man.
Exactly.
I think you're reaching here. I really think you're reaching here.
Of course.
He said some fucked up shit before. Like he really has. I'm not even going to deny that. I'm not going to try to defend it. I don't agree with anything that he's kind of said in terms of that. Me personally, but in the terms of like this right here, this particular instance, like there's nothing wrong with this. In my opinion.
Of course, we don't know M.
He literally quoted somebody.
Yeah, we don't know M. We're fans. But I'm going to reference the Grammys back in like 02, 03, where dude took the stage with Elton John.
Yeah.
If you don't like gay people, you ain't taking the stage with Elton John.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And this is also the track where he references Joe Budden, who Joe Budden was just on his podcast talking about Revival, and as another detractor of Revival, like, There are fans out there. I haven't seen anybody, but they're out there. There are people out there talking about Joe Budden has no space in hip-hop talking about Eminem. He's not on Eminem's level. If you're trying to knock Joe Budden lyrically and have not heard Padded Room, you have no weight. The whole Mood music series, you have no place in an M versus Budden discussion. I'm a fan of both of them. I haven't heard Joe Budden's podcast through and through. I've heard his reply to M on his podcast, and he's taken the condescending stance of, I don't rap anymore, I have a podcast. So I'm not going to reply, I'm going to just sit on my show and say that what you said about me was trash. We about to turn back up. Okay, man, so you said that you saw the Budden reply?
Yeah, yep.
And what you think about what he said?
I think he's out of his goddamn mind, honestly.
Yeah, like,
okay. I'm a fan of Joe Budden. Like,
yeah, we both like Budden.
I've been with Budden from his Def Jam days, the
pump it up.
I actually took the album and chopped and screwed it, me personally, because there was some heavy ass bass in the album, like low key. The album banged.
Just Blaze.
That was when the chop and screw shit was just hitting the scene.
Yeah.
I took a rapper from New Jersey and I chopped and screwed his album. And I made that shit nice. To the point where I was giving it out to friends and shit at school. So that shit was nice. He had some heavy ass hitters on that album. So I've been riding with Joe Budden for a while. But Joe Budden, you said for the past 10 years you have been a better lyricist or better rapper or whatever than Eminem has. Man, you have your podcast. You're having success. Like, just do you, man. Just do you. You're out of your mind. None of your peers have ever considered you a GOAT. None. Eminem, who everybody says is the GOAT in the game right now, they would probably name Eminem as one of the GOATs. They would. They're not naming Joe Budden.
Facts.
They're not. You're not going to ask Jay-Z, who's top 10 lyricist in the game. He's not going to say Joe Budden.
Jay had problems with Budden too.
He's not going to say Joe Budden. Despite that, he's not going to say Joe Budden. Like, Joe Budden, you are nice, man. Nobody can argue that. But no, you're in a different league, man. You're in a different league. No.
My thing is, you ain't going to be signed to Shady as a part of Slaughterhouse, and in the back of your head be like, man, our boss is trash. I'm better than my boss.
I almost say that's kind of natural, but when you break it down and you really start to look at it, like Joe Budden, like no, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. Like there's no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he took issue with M criticizing younger rappers for having ghostwriters. As long as I've been a hip-hop fan, which is a very, very long time, rappers who write their own stuff have always clowned other artists who have somebody else write their bars. You're not a hip-hop artist. I don't care. Like, that's my opinion. You're not a real rapper if you don't write your own stuff.
Yeah, I think I kind of touched on that. I think hip hop is the one genre to where it's all about you.
Yeah.
Like you could be a country music star or whatever, and somebody else writes your lyrics. I mean, you could be a pop star and have a co-writer. But
exactly.
Hip hop is the one genre where it's you. If it's not you, you're a fraud.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're a fraud.
Like being fake in hip hop is illegal.
I don't want to hear none of this ghostwriting shit. And Eminem touches on that. Like you have a ghostwriter, well, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. That's that's me. That's we're getting kind of sidetracked here, whatever. But yeah, Joe Budden. Like I love you, man. Like you. I have a lot of your albums. I have a lot of your mixtapes. I still go back and bump some of that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But nah, you're not in the same league, man. You're not top 10. You're not top 20, bro. You're not. He
was damn near third or fourth best in Slaughterhouse, honestly. I would put Royce and Ortiz over Budden.
Yeah.
And that's not even to slight Crooked.
Yeah. He's not touching Ortiz, and you're not even on the same planet as Royce 5'9". You're not.
That's I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, we taking super jabs at Budden right now, but it's all love, man. Like I really do love Budden, but we had to talk about it. We had to touch on it. Like,
the spirit of competition in hip hop has been lost,
and Joe Budden came across super butthurt, man.
Yeah,
like anybody who watched that video, like your butt was like throbbing in pain, like,
and
you were so mad.
And he just had a bunch of yes men around him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've been a better rapper than you for the past 10 years. Man was like, that's true. That's true. Get out of here.
But if
man.
M was in the room, he would have said M was better.
Get out of here. No, I don't mean no disrespect. No disrespect, but you better. What do you say? You better fasten it. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. The closest thing you had to hit to smacking bitches.
Smacking bitches. Come on, man.
That line was dope. It got personal, and Budden got butthurt.
Tracks post like a couple albums. First couple albums was all about bitches, man. Like, come on, man. Nobody got time for that shit.
Yeah.
Sidetrack. Love you. I love you, Joe Budden. Love you, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Like, I think Padded Room is a classic, hands down.
I love you, bro.
I think I heard Padded Room in Altered State of Mind before, and that shit hit me.
Yeah, Padded Room was sick. So where we at? We are
track 11,
right?
Nice Guy
with Jesse Ruiz. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Jesse Reyes.
Reyes, yeah, my bad.
This is that suck my dick. You fucking suck, man. Yeah, and then
this is another good hype track.
Again, I don't remember the lyrics, but the delivery was dope from Jesse Reyes.
This and track number 12 kind of the opposite of track number 11, which is kind of dope that he did that.
Yeah. The way that they come in, like the transition in between tracks is seamless. Like I don't know, I don't catch where one ends and one begins.
Yeah, they play off each other perfectly. So I thought towards the tail end of the album, I thought these are two solid tracks.
Yeah,
honestly.
And then the last track was the track that he teased for the Venom soundtrack, called Venom. Lyrically, I think it's dope, but I don't really like this chorus.
I really don't like this song together as a whole. I really don't. Lyrically, it's decent, but it's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's got a lot of different thoughts jumping in and out.
Venom has a lot of different thoughts.
Things. Yeah, and he does this with his past like 4 or 5 albums. Like he did that one track for the Call of Duty or whatever. I can't remember. I think it was on a Recovery.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he did it again. But it's like
I think I know what you're talking about.
Tracks where he's like trying to make like something for a soundtrack, if you will.
Yeah.
When he tries a little too hard.
Yeah.
This is probably my second least favorite song on the track.
Hey, but
From the album.
the way he ended it was stupid dope. He talking about all the kids that grew up on his music. So Eddie Brock is you, and I'm the suit.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice.
That's stupid dope.
Yeah, that was real nice. I'm responsible for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because your parents, your dumbass parents, were bumping my shit.
Yeah.
I take some responsibility for your dumbass. Yeah. So that was cold. That was cold. But and the bigger picture, like this track, it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. For YouTube purposes, my 5-scale rating system. So out of 5, what do you give this as an album?
Probably a 4, man. I could argue like 3.75 or whatever, but I'd probably give it a 4. It's better than his past couple releases.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make my top 5 albums of the year, but I would be lying if I didn't say like I've been playing this like nonstop since it came out. Not gonna lie, not gonna front. He's got some crazy tracks on here. I had some favorites that it's got some skippers on it. Like I'll skip a couple tracks. But yeah, it's a dope album. It's good to hear Eminem. And people, hip hop fans, stop being so soft, man. Stop being soft. If you can't handle some bars, some subliminal shots,
definite cosign.
You're in the wrong genre. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go listen to something else, man. Everybody's like, he's a bitter old man. Nah, this is hip hop.
Yeah, this is hip hop.
It's competition. Competition, man. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
Definitely.
I really like it.
I'm right there with you, man. 4 out of 5. And my knock is really the production. Like the beats don't match up. Like we said thoroughly that he needs more Dre in his production.
Oh, Dre, man, come on, man, help the boy out, man.
And it's not falling on deaf ears, man. I know that Bun B dropped a new album the exact same day. Next episode, I will talk about that Bun B. Old Man Lawrence is welcome to jump in. I'm gonna spend the next 2 weeks bumping that Bun.
Oh yeah.
And so that's it for episode 4, man. The longest episode I've done so far, man. Whether you listening, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, whether you on YouTube, I appreciate you if you stuck the whole way through. And that's it. So chill until the next episode.